What's up, guys? We're back. The
Hey.
Mont Ass Show. Applause.
Yes, guys, we're watching this
Yes.
still.
This is episode number 10 for me and Ash. So
Woohoo.
we're going to celebrate by making us a Facebook page.
Yes.
So then you can also join there and get all our content, extra jokes, extra laughs, behind the scenes. I don't know. We'll put
Yeah.
whatever we feel like in that Facebook page.
Yes.
So it'll be up. I don't know today, tomorrow, tomorrow.
So
I
you
don't say
can
today.
stalk us more from a distance. Just don't get too close, guys. Just don't get too close.
I love it. Now, yes, we're back. Episode number 10. So, what's on your mind today?
I mean, life has been good. Like I have my friends coming in from Dallas,
Yeah.
um, and I'm gonna be picking them up after this. So I'm excited to see what craziness
How
will
long?
happen.
How long they gonna be in town?
Um, One of them leaves on Saturday, and then the other one is there till like Sunday evening.
Okay.
So, one of them is a Bible college friend, and the other one, I met her through my friend because we were two of us were like bridesmaids in her wedding
Yeah.
in June. So we just all had like good connections, and she's like, I want to see her. And I'm like, yes.
Do you have plans for them? Any places you're gonna eat?
Um,
You gonna take them somewhere special?
So my friend loves zoos, so she's like, I want to see the National Zoo. I've never even been to the National
Really?
Zoo. I know.
And
It's
you
sad.
don't you?
I've been here for 10 years almost, and I've never been to the National Zoo.
Uh,
Um, but they want to go country line dancing.
really?
And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
nice. I can brush up on my cowboy cha-cha over, so I know a little bit of that stuff. My roommate, she's taught me how to do all these dances. It's a lot of fun. I prefer Latin dancing than
Ah.
anything else, like bachata, salsa.
So take them to Silverados.
Oh, that's where I learned
See?
all of that.
There you go. Take them to Silverados. They'll enjoy it there.
Well, see, the thing is, like, Silverados is fun. It's just, I don't know if they still do it or not, but, like, they used to allow smoking.
I don't know if that's still a thing or not.
And from,
To be honest, no, I think they've changed that.
okay,
I
good.
think so. I haven't been in a long time.
Yeah, same here.
Um, but
Last place I ever been to was, Long Horse Saloon, downtown.
oh yeah, did they do line dancing there?
Yeah, they do. They teach,
Interesting.
they, like, the last time I was there was with my ex-fiance's mom and sister.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun. Like we got to do country line dancing. They did lessons for those who wanted to learn, just because there's a lot of tourists that comes to that one, and there's no smoking or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't mind people who smoke. I just don't want to smell like a smoker.
There you go.
So, like Silverado is great. If they changed that, I would go there often because women get in free on certain days. And you get to drink for free, and you don't have to have a
Yes.
creepy guy,
Yes.
creepy old pervert that you see usually at Silverados. Sorry, Silverados, but it's true. You do have some creepy men that would offer you drinks, and I would never get those drinks because I don't know what's in that drink.
Yeah.
So gotta be
Yes.
careful.
Silverados. I don't think it's right that they don't play any rap music until a certain hour. I
Right.
think that's just weird.
It
Because
is.
everywhere else you go, there's a combination of music, and I don't
Mhm.
mind that. I can hear country, rock, rap, R&B, all within the same
Yeah.
hour. But for you to say nope, we're not playing no rap until after 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like after 11.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's stupid.
It is.
So play a mixture of everything. And I've seen people line dance on rap music, so I don't
Yeah.
know why you would exclude that.
Well, country music and rap are kind of
Yeah.
intertwined with each other.
Yeah.
There's actually on Netflix called Explained, and one of their episodes
Oh yeah, I
about
saw that.
country
Yeah,
music.
I didn't see the country music, but
It's a good one.
the one
it's a
on
newer episode.
is it okay? Is it the one right after T Pain? Because T Pain's in one of the episodes.
I
Or is
haven't
it
seen that one. I just saw that one. It was like I think it's the latest episode that they have.
okay?
Um,
I'm gonna look it up. Now.
because one of my coworkers was mentioning about Explain. I'm like, yes, finally someone else that watches that show. Because there's certain people that I know and I love them dearly, but like they like to watch. Like sometimes I like to like watch shows that you can learn from like experts and all this other other stuff, and explain is nice because it's short and it's concise. It's not like hours upon hours of learning something. It's just, 25, 30 minutes of something that's a certain topic, and then that's it.
You, my favorite two like that shows is movies that have made us
Uh huh.
and toys that have made us. Have you seen those on Netflix?
I haven't,
Oh,
but
you gotta
I'm
watch
sure it's
those.
good.
It's like, okay, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Pretty Woman.
Yes.
Those movies that we saw on Forrest Gump, we saw in the '80s or whatever. They're like, man, this is how that movie got made.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the scenes footage.
Oh, I love that type of stuff.
Yeah, so I like that. Then the toys is all about Transformers, GI Joe, My Little Pony,
Yes.
Hasbro, whatever,
Oh yeah.
Legos. So I was like, oh, this is giving the backstory of my youth.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really like those episodes.
I'm gonna
So
definitely watch
yes,
those.
that music one, I want to say there's a T-Pain rap episode,
Okay.
but I can't remember. I did see the country one,
Yes.
but I can't remember who all was in it. Well, I don't know.
It was the guy that does the Get Up song, Blanco.
Yeah. Uh,
I can't remember his name.
is it David? No, it's not David.
Something
Blame
Blanco.
Blame Blanco. I don't know.
No,
It's something like that.
I like his stuff. Like, I like that his song more than a lot of country music songs that are out there because like you can dance to it. They actually have a dance like set to
Yeah.
it, whatever. So it's like a lot of fun whenever that song comes up. And it's funny because a lot of white people can't dance that dance, which is really funny.
I think I first saw that on TikTok and I thought it was
Yes.
hilarious. And it was like a black dude in like cowboy boots,
Yeah.
just shorts and no shirt, just
Yeah.
dancing that song. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, and it actually talks about it and explain like that song became like super popular
Yeah.
because of people dancing to it on TikTok and
Yeah.
making it like a challenge. Because like his song was like at a like it was a popular song, but it was lower, and it was talking about like how country music isn't diverse and like how there was a lot of times people in the radio stations that are just like it's just not the fit of country music, but it's like it is though because there's white dudes that are rapping and stuff in country music. So why is this an issue that Little Nas is
Yes,
doing?
I was about to say that. Little
Country-
Nas X,
yeah.
he was on the country music charts
Yes.
until I don't know how many weeks it was on the charts.
Yeah.
They took him off the charts.
Mhm.
But still, I mean, it's country song, but
It is a country song over.
there's like, nope, we don't feel like it's country. What? Whatever.
It's so country. It has the storyline of a country
Yes.
song, has the banjo,
Uh,
and like
that's hilarious.
like my former stepchild that I was involved in his life, he wanted to play that song on repeat of me picking him up from, daycare or his mom's house,
That song, I loved it when it first came out,
Yeah,
but it got
same here.
worn out.
It did.
So it's like when you hear it so many times,
But
it's
that's
like, good
any
lord.
song though that's on the radio station. That's why I don't really listen to the radio station
Yeah.
much anymore unless it's like NPR because only even then NPR is like repeating the same stories like in the news stuff
Yeah.
a lot of times whenever like I like their story bits of like about musicians,
Yeah.
historical things. And I remember telling someone that I listened to NPR and they're like, why do you listen to NPR? And I'm
Because
like,
it's different.
it's different. They're like, well, that's what liberals listen to. I'm like,
Really?
to me, it seems neutral,
Yeah.
in my opinion, on a lot of things. But I love it. I'm getting to listen to stuff that other talk radio shows don't talk about when
Yeah.
it comes to like music and like the person's history of why they wrote that book, they wrote that song, like just
Yeah.
different ways of being more in depth versus it being a shallow end interview.
I like that because I feel like I like to educate myself.
Yeah.
No matter what subject it is.
I do too.
I was just I've just posted this today. Did you know William Shatner went to outer space?
No.
I don't know why, but I think that's fucking hilarious.
That is.
So Captain Kirk at 90 years old went to outer space.
Oh wow. Finally.
so now I had to research. Like, are you serious? I thought it was a joke. I said, no,
Yeah.
he's in outer space right now.
Oh wow.
He's boldly going where everybody else has been before, but
Yeah.
still, he's out there.
Now we just need George Takei and all the other members to together.
Oh my god, there gotta be so many jokes about that. I gotta start writing.
Yeah.
He's in outer space right now.
Like, I could see George Takei be like, oh my. Space. Real space.
I don't know. I just ran across that and I put it on Facebook right before you got here. I was like,
Okay.
what? He's in outer space?
That's cool, though. Like,
Next Mark Hamill's gonna go.
I mean,
I wouldn't be
I
surprised.
wouldn't be surprised. Like, anyone that has ever done sci-fi
Yes.
should go up to outer space. They should. Like, if
Oh.
I ever do a sci-fi film ever in life, like, that's a goal I would love to do.
Yes, I think it's hilarious. Why? I don't know who thought about that idea, but I think that's genius.
Yeah.
To put William Shatner at 90 years old in outer space.
I know. Oh my gosh.
That's
All that wrinkly little skin just like flapping about.
They got okay. Like I said, I did it right before you got here, but after we finished this up, I gotta look for. They gotta be videos.
Yes, I'm sure there is.
Cause I came across it in TikTok. I was like, this can't be real.
Yeah.
And it said William Shatner has entered space. I'm like,
Right.
what? I'm like, nope. I went and Googled
I mean,
it.
there's a lot of shitty stuff on TikTok
Yes.
that people will say, and people are like, this is real. And it's like,
No.
no, it's not real. The earth is round, not flat, guys. Yes, I went there, flat earthers. Try me. Test me. I'll throw science facts at you.
There's still flat earthers out there
Yes,
that
there
boggles my
is.
mind.
Like, I know people that, well, I don't know a flat earther, but it's funny because my former boss, I was joking around, I'm like, yeah, there's flat earthers out there. I never met one before, but they're out there. And she was just like, my sister's father-in-law is a flat earther.
Really?
I'm like, no, stop, no. And she's like, no, it's real.
All I want to know is, has that person traveled anywhere besides their own state?
That's what I wonder, too.
That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know is, have they traveled anywhere besides their own state?
Mm-hmm.
So I would be curious to say, oh yeah, I've been over to Japan. No, you haven't. Or
No.
if you would, you wouldn't be a flat earther.
Right.
So I don't know. Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have to leave the. We don't have to, but still, watch TV. Good Lord.
Well,
Educate yourself.
Well, people say like, oh, I educate myself, but it's only like 5 minutes of research usually on like the back part of Google. It's not even like the first pages of Google. It's like the depths of Google. You're just like, those aren't legitimate. They're in the back for a reason.
That's hilarious. Flat earthers.
Yes.
Well, look, I may believe in some crazy stuff, but I don't know, but not flat earth.
Right. Yeah. No. Like, I believe that there's possibilities of aliens out there.
Really?
I think it could be a possibility. Like, I mean, I don't know. It could be a possibility. Like, I've actually, but then again, there are guys that I've been on dates with before or dated. They said that they had encounters with.
Oh my God.
Seen aliens before ever, and it's been several of them.
I believe that there's weird aircraft in the atmosphere, but just to say that alien, I don't know.
Right.
Because look at it this way: we went to the moon, and the first thing we did was put a flag on the moon to say we've been there. So if aliens come to Earth, why wouldn't they just say, "Hey, I'm known, I'm here"?
Right.
Why would they just hide behind a tree or hide in the clouds? They would be known that they came here.
Right.
If any Earthling left this planet and go to any other planet, and we could put our feet down on it, we're planting a flag. We're going to say, hey, we've been here.
Yes.
So why wouldn't an alien think the exact same thing?
Well, maybe aliens aren't as humanistic as we want them to be.
Well, still.
Because, like...
Unless they're...
Like, us humans, like, we want to put a title to everything.
Yes.
Like, you think that we would have a label maker for, like, this is my man on his forehead, or, like, have him get a tattoo.
Unless they...
Yeah.
And then my thing is, how would they build a ship to go anywhere else and then not be human-like? Mm-hmm. Not to say they're humans, I'm just saying human-like and can talk, walk, and build things just like we can. So, yes, all the aliens could be. I don't think they've been here yet. They're halfway across the galaxy. We can't see them, they can't see us. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think. If they're
Right.
aliens, yes, possible.
Yes.
But we're just too far away from each other.
Yeah, and I think there's a possibility on that. Like, there's just different controversies out there, conspiracies. Like, that's like the only conspiracy that I'm like, that could be plausible.
Plausible, but unless we built some fast track way to travel, I
Right.
think we're just too far away from each other.
Yeah.
So yes, there's people in China. I know they're over there,
Hmm.
but I have to find a fast way to travel to get there. But still, I know that they're there because TV and
Right.
there's transportation. But
And I've
still,
been there, and it's a real place.
there you go.
The, beat that, flat earthers.
But this
China exists.
exactly.
Let's see.
Yes, indeed. Ask any questions.
All right. If you were given the chance to change your name, what would your new name be?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I really like Monty because Monty is not my real name,
Right.
and I like Montavious. Have we talked about this already?
Yes. Yes. Montavious is a good one.
Yeah. Okay. My middle name is Lamont,
Yes.
so I got Monty from Lamont,
Hmm.
and I told a friend of mine, "Hey, my real name is not even Monty." They're like, "Well, let me guess." I'm like, "All right, we'll go ahead and guess." So they went with Montavious. Well, that was one of the names they picked. I'm like, "Oh, I kind of like that name."
Yeah.
So sometime I'll use it.
Hmm.
Like sometimes I use it for passwords. Sometimes I use it for that's my Facebook. You, trust me, you ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
But my Facebook.com/Montavious.
Hmm.
So I didn't want to do Monty Hicks. I just did Montavious one word. I
Yes.
feel like one word is easier,
Yes.
and it's not hard to spell. I
Mhm.
haven't found anybody that couldn't spell it.
Right.
But when people spell Monty, sometimes it's Y, sometimes it's E,
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's IE,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yes.
But
Just like Ashley.
yeah,
People can spell Ashley
so many
so
different
many
ways.
And it's funny because they're like, how do you spell it? I'm like, the basic bitch way.
Yeah.
I mean, the most basic bitch way that you can do it.
Yes.
And they're like, well, which one is that? I'm like,
Well,
ASHLEY, guys.
there you go.
Not ASHLEIGH. Or any of those things ever. But, yes.
Crazy,
Yes.
crazy
It's
indeed. So yes, I would choose Montavious
Mhm.
because I like it.
Okay.
I didn't think I would at first, but after I kept saying it,
It
kind
sounds
of rose.
regal.
Yes, it sounds better than what I really am. So that's why I like it.
Yes. For me, I don't, like, I thought
Wait. Do you have a middle name?
I do.
Okay. Are you gonna say it or no?
It's so southern when I say it out loud, but my first and middle name is Ashley Jean.
Ashley Jean.
Yes.
That's funny. I know a Holly Jean.
Hmm.
Holly Jean is one a good friend of mine.
Yes. I mean, like, yes, I can use the initials AJ. I've done that before when I was.
AJ.
Yes.
Okay.
When from like middle school till like college, people call me AJ.
Okay.
But that's because like I was very tomboyish. I was tired of going to church and someone say, "Hey Ashley," and then all of us Ashleys, like
18 people turn
yes,
around.
they're like, "No, I'm not talking to you, Ashley. I'm talking to Ashley. This Ashley." And
Yeah.
you're just like, because like at one point in time in my youth group when I used to go to church, there was about like 8 to 10 Ashleys
Yeah.
in this youth group of like 100 to 120 like teens. Like our youth group was pretty big, and so I was just tired of it. And then a new youth pastor was coming along, so I'm like, this is my chance to change my name. So I changed it to AJ for the longest time, and like everyone that went to church with me, several of them went to my college in Dallas that I went to as well. And so everyone just kept on calling me AJ, and then finally I was just like, you know what, just call me Ash. I want to be called
Yeah.
Ash. I kind of, like, I guess it was like my way of transitioning, like, that person's no longer existing, and now I'm just Ash. But if I were to, like, completely change my name, no Ash, no Ashley, no AJ, no nothing, I think I'd go for Leia.
Leia.
Yeah.
Why?
It's actually my fake name that I use when I'm out and about and I don't want
That's
to
your
give a
stripper
guy.
name?
No, it's not my stripper name or anything. I do it sometimes, like, if a guy approaches me and I feel like I'm trying to get a feel from him. And
You would say Leia.
yes. Or if I know that I'm never going to see that guy again, but I don't want him to try to find me on social media, I use Leia.
There you go.
Even though I'm giving that out now. But I haven't used that in years. Like,
Okay, so where'd you get that name from?
I like Star Wars.
Ah, really?
Princess Leia. She was my favorite character, so. Even though
Gotcha.
my new favorite character is the Mandalorian. Woo!
I'm gonna start calling you a Mandalorian now.
Yes.
Instead of Ash.
I
No,
mean, I've had
no,
sleeping
Leia.
hot dreams about the Mandalorian.
Oh my goodness. You
A
know,
few times.
it's coming out with another season of that and another season of Boba Fett.
Yes.
So now I want to go back and watch them all again before I
do
start
too.
the new ones. So there you go.
Yes, but that's the name I probably would choose over because like you don't really hear the name Leia at all, even though it's like a beautiful name and everything.
Would you still use your last name like Leah Newland?
Leia Newland?
Yeah.
I mean, eventually that's gonna change probably. Hopefully.
To Skywalker.
That would be funny. Well, actually, it would be Leia Solo, but
That's funny. Interesting indeed.
yeah. But yeah, I that would be funny, but I like my last. That's like a really hard thing though too. Like I like my last name more than most men that I've ever dated.
Yeah.
Like there's been several times where like I'm like, man, if I marry this man, I don't want his last name. Like I might just keep my last name. Kind of thing. I remember telling my dad that once when I was like a teenager. I'm like, I want to keep my last name. He was like, don't do that.
All girls want to keep their last names when they're young. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just a normal, common thing. But once they get older, they like, all right, well, if it changes, it changes.
For me, like, yeah, if it changes, it changes. But I might, like when that day comes over, I might just hyphen my last, like, use my last name and whoever I get married to, type of thing with theirs. I don't know. So, I mean, I've been almost married twice, but
You keep fucking up. No, I'm just kidding.
no, they keep on fucking it up. I was loyal.
No, I'm just messing with you.
They just couldn't keep their penis in someone else's vagina.
Oh my goodness. Well, good luck on that. There's no telling what's out there.
Oh yeah.
So
trust me.
It's
I've seen
crazy.
them on the apps.
It's crazies out there.
Like when I became single again last year, my roommate was just like, "You need to get back on those dating apps." I'm like, "I just became single like a month ago," and she's like, "Well, if you want to get over someone, you gotta get over someone." And I was like, "Okay, fine, but I don't plan on getting under someone for a while or whatever." So I went on like dates with guys, but even when it's on the apps, I'm like, I remember this guy, I remember that guy, I remember this guy. I'm like, oh dear God, I'm recycling all the guys. Like I'm like seeing all the guys that I had no interest in. I'm like, I'm doomed in here. I'm doomed in Tennessee.
So let me ask you this: do you have a look that you go for, or do you go for the personality?
I do a mixture of both. Like of course, like if you're like swiping through someone,
Yeah.
like there has to be something that catches your eye.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like it's photos at first, you can't really see the whole entire profile. So I'm like, okay, this guy looks interesting. Look at the profile. I read the profile. If it's really interesting, then I'll swipe on that person.
Yeah.
But if it's just like their photos, even if they're like the most attractive man on the face of the planet, I'm like, he didn't put effort.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, I'm just like, no. I'm not gonna waste my time with a guy that's probably like fucking around with every woman in Tennessee. And
Yeah.
like, if a guy like for me on my dating profile, like I haven't been on the dating apps or whatever, because like I've been talking to someone and he's been so interesting to me.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't want to focus on other people, whatever. I know I'm putting my eggs in all in one basket or whatever, but it's been good.
Yeah.
I've been happy with it, but for me, on my profile, it's like, tell me your best dad joke.
Oh,
So
really?
It's not,
yeah.
Because if a guy reads my profile and he's interested, he's going to do it.
Huh. That's interesting.
And because they're like,
I like that it stands out.
I was tired of guys just saying hey, or
Yeah.
sup,
Yeah.
You know?
My thing is, I'm not on them now, but when I was on dating sites, yes, I'll give you a small paragraph. I'm not gonna just say,
Yeah.
hey, hi, what's up. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a small paragraph out, and I will also mention what was in your bio. I'm not saying I
There you go.
have to, but I'll read it and say, okay, you mentioned this, kids, dogs,
Right.
whatever else you
Mhm.
mentioned, to show you that I'm paying attention.
Yes. And that's what women are looking for. So, guys, tip.
Yeah. See?
Just the tip.
Say it. No, but my thing is, that's what I'm saying. You know, as a guy, I listen to other women. What you just said, I pay
Mhm.
attention to.
Yes.
So then, then that means you have to do what they expect you to do.
Mhm.
So then, because I look for personality.
Yes.
Yes, pictures are great. Some of them going to be Photoshop. Some of them be filters.
Yeah.
I get that. Understand that. You're trying to look your best. But give me your best in the personality in the bio. You can
Mhm.
do that, then I'm really impressed.
Yes. And that's the thing for me. And like some people, like you read people's bios. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Unless you're just wanting to fuck, it doesn't matter. Like, but if you're wanting something more than just fucking, you're gonna read someone's profile
Yeah.
because I'm making sure that person's not Ted Bundy 2.0. I mean, I don't want
Oh, my
to be
goodness.
on the news saying, 32-year-old woman gets killed by some dumbass that's a serial killer and she should have known all the red flags. And she did it because she didn't read his bio.
That's funny. Oh, good lord, we're already at 26 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
That's fast.
It is fast.
But yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. I was gonna bring up one more subject. Have you been in the movies lately? Have you seen good movies?
I haven't been to the movie theater in a bit. The last movie that I saw was Cruella.
Okay, that was a good movie.
It was a really good movie. I was like thinking like, oh man, like this is gonna be about like animal cruelty and all these other things, and no, it wasn't at all.
It was good.
It was so good. I was impressed because like for me, I'm like I couldn't sleep one night, and I was like, okay, I need something to watch, so I'm like, let's watch this. And I watched it throughout the whole entire time, and then I realized it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. Cause I was like, I think it
Yeah.
started like around 1 or something, but yeah.
I just watched
good.
Halloween. Halloween Kills. You like horror movies?
Is it?
Uh, uh, uh.
I mean, I used to like it when I was a teenager, but I haven't really watched a lot of horror films as
Yeah.
an adult.
Yeah.
I am the one that usually makes fun of horror films if I watch it with someone.
Oh yeah. So I say go see this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If you like horror movies, this is the type that you can talk to the screen. I love talking to the screen.
Yes.
Don't go in there. Don't go up those stairs. Go out the front door. That type of thing. People are doing the dumbest mistakes, and
Yes.
it's good to talk to the screen and enjoy it. Because I saw it with a packed house
Yes.
on Tuesday, and everybody had a blast. Because my thing is, there's two types of horror movies. Well, more than two types, but
Right.
there's always the jump scares,
Mhm.
suspense, but then there's also gore.
Mhm.
The gore is always implied or it's there. You're gonna see it no matter what. But I want to be jump scared.
Yes.
I like a good jump scare. So
Mhm.
plot's gonna be whatever it is. The kill's gonna be whatever it is, but kind of get me nervous that okay, I don't know what's about to happen.
Right.
Then when you get to that point, you want to talk because you got to get it out of your head that this is not real,
Right.
of course, but still, it just makes you talk throughout the movie.
Yes. And I think that's the reason why I don't really watch a lot of horror films is because like people that I've watched horror films with, they want like it to be silent.
No.
They don't want to talk throughout the movie, and I like when it comes to those types of movies. Like I'm like you, I'm like I want to, but also like if I'm watching it with a guy, I want him to hold me when I'm fucking scared. I'm like if he doesn't hold you while you're watching a horror film, you're just like he's gonna be the asshole that pushes you in front of Michael Myers, and you're the one who gets killed while he goes off with the other bitch that he's been seeing.
You've been scarred.
I mean, I'm slightly jaded just a little
Oh my
bit,
goodness.
but I'm hopeful. I'm a hopeful jaded
That's
person.
hilarious. Yes. So with that being said, it's right at 29 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yeah.
So love, peace, and hair grease.
Yes.
Like,
Comment.
like
or
and
they come
subscribe
after you
and
guys.
all that great stuff.
Yes.
This is our 10th episode. Yay! Let's get an applause for that. So yes, thank you again for that. This wonderful episode. We'll talk to you next time.